Hi, my name's Justin Cody. I graduated from Sauk High School in 1999. After graduation, I went and attended West Virginia University in Morgantown, West Virginia for a dual degree in music composition and piano performance with a jazz emphasis. I graduated in 2003 from college, and after that, I enlisted um, in the Navy music program specifically. And I started out in Norfolk, Virginia in the Fleet Forces Band, where I spent 5 years there and did a lot of traveling to um, Brazil, Bermuda, South America. And we also did a 6-month deployment on the hospital ship Mercy to the Philippines and Bangladesh and that area of the country to provide humanitarian support. After 5 years in Norfolk, I won the, I guess, premier band position in Washington, D.C. with the United States Navy Band Cruisers. And so that's where I've been with the Cruisers since 2009. So I guess total, I've been in the military 18 years. Currently, I am the keyboard instrumentalist and unit leader for the Navy Band Cruisers. I remember this paper I wrote. I can't remember what grade. It had to be like third or fourth grade, I think. But it was basically in English class, it was like a "Who am I" paper. And at that point, I'd already been playing music, playing piano, and um, I'll never forget, I wrote this paper and I wrote that who I wanted to be was I wanted to play music that helped heal people and bring them peace, like when I was in like third grade. And so I think I look back at that as kind of the moment where I had the realization that this is what I need to do for the rest of my life. My most memorable stage moment I think I've ever had in my life was in 2006 when I was stationed on the hospital ship Mercy, and we we hopped on a smaller boat and we took like a over an hour long boat ride to this remote island in the Philippines where I'm not even sure if there was electricity, and the people there, like, it may have been the first time they'd ever seen an American in their lives, let alone someone in the American military. And it was a really beautiful event. Like, we were there at an orphanage to play for all the kids. And at the same time, the Navy Seabees were there, like painting their churches and buildings, and the medical staff was there giving them vaccinations and helping their animals and helping their medical needs. So I remember I was, singing some songs. It was all using a megaphone because we didn't have electricity to bring to this event. I'll never forget. It was just so beautiful for me. That was just, it really solidified like the human connection we have with everyone around the world, no matter what ethnicity, race, or language or circumstance. Like, it just showed me in a very deep way the power that music can have on people. I would say to um, stop trying to make music that fits a purpose or pleases somebody a certain way, to really do the or create or make or play the music that speaks to you, and base not base your value or worth on somebody else or some other thing. I read this quote, I guess it was from David Rose from Schitt's Creek, where he said, like, he would have never gotten where he was if he didn't have the love, support, and encouragement from his parents. And I think that's what I got from the Sauk music community, was that love, support, and encouragement to, be who I was, and, not be afraid to express in the way that is natural for me. I really made a conscious choice to not try to force an idea out of me. I just wanted to let it come as natural as possible. So my initial idea was getting the River Arts to record a bunch of audio samples of the water here in the Wisconsin River, both at the dam at Derleth Park, and so they gave me all this amazing footage and audio files of all these like water samples of like throwing rocks in the water and dripping rags in the water and the sound of the dam and all that. So, my first step was literally to just listen to those water samples, just listen to the water and just kind of hear what it was saying to me. And I remember I went through like every single bit of footage and like I earmarked like, oh, this is cool. I want to use this sample. I want to use this sample. And then I hit this one sample that was like, it was a rock dropping, but it was like, and it sounded like a beat to me. And so I like spliced it up into this like almost like a percussive like drum beat. And that was really the start of the whole piece, was finding that one sound of water in this like 2 hours of footage that was like, this is what I was looking for. And then I just kind of listened to that and I started hearing these rhythms in my head. And, I started playing some kind of rhythms to that at the piano. And then from there, I just started thinking about the harmony and how I wanted to approach this piece. And I was thinking about the way that that water has so many different facets of connecting, that, bodies of water, will find every little crack and crevice, and they change forms, they change level, it changes everything. And so I really wanted to create a harmonic language around the piece where it would move around, but it's all connected through like tributaries. So the way that there's, I think there's lots of different modulations in the piece where it changes key and tonal center, but they're all done in a really connective tissue way through the pivot chords and harmony. And then lyrically, I was just, I guess, contemplating on, after listening to all the audio samples of the water, just contemplating on like how the sound of water is just so soothing and lulling, and that in some ways, you can stand out. I'm sure everyone in Sauk has just like stood out and looked at the river kind of in awe and been like, wow, this is just so peaceful and so beautiful. And it's like, you can look at it and you feel like, the water's trying to say something to you about your path and your life. And that's just kind of what I was trying to express from a lyrical standpoint.
There's something in the water that causes me to see